welcome to the Primavera P6 course. In this video I will try to discuss the theoretical part related to Primavera P6 course. So let's begin. Primavera Basics. Aim of the course and these notes: to familiarize with Primavera software, a well-known project planning and scheduling and monitoring tool. One thing more included, it also do cost management, budgeting. So actually whenever we are doing a work on the larger projects, they are having 1,000 of activities, so it's really hard to manage the project manually. So this software do scheduling automatically, and just we need to monitor it. Okay, basic concepts about the management and planning. What is a project? Project is set of activities and their associated information that constitutes a plan for creating a product or service. So different activities assembles to form a project. To complete project, we have to deal with our activities one by one. Let me show you our project. Here we will work on the construction of Lahore. This is our project, construction of Lahore Center. This is the breakdown structure of the project, and let me rotate it to show you the activities included in this project. These are the activities followed by this project to completion, project completion, from project work starts. We divided our project into 3 phases: construction, preparation phase, construction phase, and final phase. And in preparation phase we have preparation work, we have the activity resource mobilization, site clearance, layout marking. And in construction phase we have construction work block A, construction work block B, construction work block C, and the final work. And these are the original duration of the activity, original durations, activity descriptions. These are the activity ID codes. So let's go to the notes. Project has a start date, finish date. Definitely every project has a start and finish date. WBS is a really important element of the planning and management, and also in the Primavera P6 software. WBS stand for work breakdown structure. As you can see in our project, we divided our work into 3 phases. Here we divided our work, construction of Lahore Center, into 3 phases: preparation phase, construction phase, and final phase. And there are WBS levels: level 1, level 2, level 3. We have further divisions of work in level 3. So let's go to the notes. We will talk about WBS in detail. Resource assignments. Resource assignment means the assignment of the resources to the activity. Like if activity, we are doing activity here, excavation, so we have to assign the resources required for this activity on this duration. So we will assign the resources on P6 software to each activity. Like in excavation we required excavator, dumper, and like that. We will discuss it later. So let's go to the notes. otherwise video will be so longer and it also can be boring. So it can also include risks, work documents, project specific codes and calendars. Activities represent work to be done in order to complete a project. These are the basic terminologies. Activity or the works which are to be done to complete a project. Original duration denoted by OD or the remaining duration. The estimated time required to complete an activity is called original duration of that activity. The estimated time required to complete a project is called original duration of that project. So the amount of time left to complete an activity after it has started is known as remaining duration of the activity. But the amount of time left to complete complete a project after it has started is known as remaining duration of the project. The next, predecessor, the activity that affects start or finish date of other activity. Like you, this is the demonstration here. Predecessor activity and successor activity. He is saying that predecessor is a such activity that affects the start and finish date of next activity. This the previous activity having the effects on the next activity. Here I will show you on the project. Here this is activity resource mobilization. Resource mobilization takes 7 days. Next activity is site clearance. Site clearance cannot be started before finish of this activity. So resource mobilization is predecessor and site clearance is a successor. So predecessor activity having an effect on the successor activity. Okay, let's move to the notes and successor. As I already have discussed the successor activity, the activity for which start or finish date are dependent on the other activity, means it's depend on the previous activity. Successor activity start and finish date are dependent on predecessor activity. Basic terminologies. Relationship. Any sort of connection between two activities is known as relationship. Generally, there are 4 types of relationships in Primavera P6 software: start to start relationship, finish to start, finish to finish, and start to finish. But we will use in our project finish to start relationship. It's easy to follow. Finish to start relationship. We will use finish to start relationship. Next, lag staggers or delays the relationship of one activity predecessor to another successor. Lag means the delay between the activity. Let me assume here for you, if resource mobilization is finished on the 1st June and the site clearance will start at 3rd June, then there is 1 day gap. So this will be called as a lag between the activity. 1 day lag between the activity. Simple. These are the relationships which we talked before. First relationship, start to start. Relationship between the activities in which the start of successor activity depend on the start of its predecessor. Here you can see, if predecessor activity will start, successor will also start. Here you assume A activity is going to start, then B will also start at the same time. So this is called start to start relationship. In start to start relationship with lag mean delay. Here it can be delay of 1 day, 2 day. So it will be shown as a lag. Delay between the activity will be shown as a lag. Next relationship, finish to start. We will use this relationship. We can use out of 4 relationship, but we will use finish to start relationship in our P6 software. In our project, relationship in which the start of successor activity means start of next activity depend on the completion of its predecessor, mean its previous activity. So B, here I will try to show you A activity finished. This is the portion where it is started, here it is finished. So finished, and then here is arrow to connected with the start of the successor activity. So this is called as a finish to start relationship. B activity will start when A activity will be finished. Next, finish to start with lag delay. There is delay between the activity A and B. It will be shown as a lag of 2 days, 3 days. It depends on how many days are delay between the activity. And next, finish to finish relationship in which the finish of successor activity depend on the finish of its predecessor activity, mean that B activity cannot finished before the finish of A activity. They will both B activity will be finished after the finish of A activity. Here is lag between, but the relationship is finish to finish, not finish to start. It's finish to finish. Here is a lag showing in, you will see in the P6 software, where you will see the practical demonstration and you will be clear it more. So no worry if you are not clear here. Next, final fourth relationship and the final, start to finish relationship in which the finish of successor activity depends on the start of its predecessor activity. Start to finish means that if predecessor activity will start successor activity and A activity will start, B activity will be finished. This is start to finish relationship. When A activity will be started, B activity will be finished. This is start to finish relationship. This is the lag between 1 day or 2 day. Next, early start, early finish. Here it is. You will not clear about it. I will try to show it in the peak of our project. Let me rotate it for you guys. Here, this is the activity. Let me assume it resource mobilization. So here we assign it early start, early finish, late start and late finish. There is resource mobilization activity having early start, early finish, late start, late finish. So these are called early start, early finish and late start. Next, total float. Duration measured in planning units. The activity can be delayed without affecting the project finish date. So the activities, such activities which are delayed but they are not affecting the finish date of the project, negative or zero total float indicate that timely completion of the activity. If there is zero total float in the project, it means there is no delay in the project. If project have to complete at 31st June, then if there is a no total float, then it will be complete at 31st June. If this project have a delay, total float delay, means this project will go further, maybe to 1 July, 2nd July, or like that. Next, free float. So total float actually related to the whole project delays, and free float is the float or delay just between the activity, the amount of time made in planning units. The early start of an activity can be delayed without delaying early start of successor activity. Such activities are called non-critical activity. I will show you in the our practical work here. Non-critical and critical. Here you can see 2 days free float. This is foundation steel block A, foundation shuttering block A, foundation concrete block A. So this will take 8 days and this activity will take 10 days. Both activity will start at the same date, but this activity will be finished before 2 days to this activity, and next activity will start after completion of both these activity. So it means this activity having can be delayed for 2 days, because it will also relate to this activity, and this activity will start at the finish of this. So this activity has 2 days free float. So this is non-critical. These are simple things, you can read it and understand it. That's critical activity, an activity that has potential of delaying a project. An activity can be cause of delay of project is called a critical activity. Such activity possess total float equal to 0. It means it cannot delay. Total float 0 means that activity cannot be delayed. Here you can see foundation concrete block A. This is the activity having 1 day duration. After that, this activity will start ground floor column. So before, there is no delay possible. If there will be a delay, it means your project will also get delay. So but here you can say these two activity connected to foundation concrete block A. So it means both will finish, then this will start. This activity taking 8 days and this taking 10 days. It means this activity can be delayed for 2 days to get start to this activity. So this is a non-critical activity, and this activity is critical. It cannot be delayed. Otherwise your project completion date will also change. So this is the concept of critical activity and non-critical activity. Critical path. Chain of critical activity that has potential of delaying a project is called critical path. We calculate different path in our project. Here I will try to show you. We calculate the different path to complete the project after making work breakdown structure of our project. Then we calculate which path is critical and which is non-critical. We calculate critical path. Here you can see, here our project work starts, resource mobilization, site clearance, and then go on. These are the days which one activity is taking to complete. Layout marking, then we divided next phase, construction phase, into further three parts: construction work block A, block B, block C, and then project in final phase. We are here in final phase: project inspection, project handover, resource demobilization, project completion. So here we calculate the which one is critical path. The path which takes more days to complete, the path which will take more days to complete is called critical path. Here this path, I calculate the critical of path of this project, and the critical path of this project is this one. You can see here, this path is critical. This path is critical. This construction work block A is critical because it is taking 121 days. You can calculate by adding the duration of the activity. Adding the duration of activities, you will see this block A will complete in 121 days. Here you one thing more, you when you are calculating the days, calculate like that. This excavation block A taking 10 days, and when you go next here, these both activities are starting at the same date. It means they are, this 10 will be 10 days duration will be added to this 10, but this 8 days duration will not added because this activity is taking the same time. So at starting date is same, so this activity having 2 days late will finish later, so this will be added to this 10 plus 1 plus 10. Then check which activity is having the more days of completion. This activity, ground floor slab shuttering, is having a 10 days duration, so this will be added to this, like 10 10 20 21 31 10 41 42, and no, these two activities are starting at the same time. So we will add 18, not 9, because this activity is taking more time. So 18 into this was 31, I think we add it, so you can add it. This will take 121 days. Construction work block B will take 104 days. Construction work block C will take 89 days. So this is critical path because it's taking more days, so it cannot be delayed. If it will be delayed, then our project completion will also be delayed. Let's go to our notes. Critical path method, I already explained you. Here I will show you the practical demonstration to calculate the critical path. Here is the predecessor A activity, successor C activity. B is also predecessor of C activity. Predecessor of C activity. B is predecessor of C activity. A is the predecessor of C activity. C activity is the successor of both A activity and B activity. Early start will at 1 and early finished 10. So original duration is 10 days. Activity B is taking 14 days, and here you can see successor activity will take 6 days to complete, and early is finished. Here we will calculate these A and B activities are starting at the same day, 1st June, and this is taking 10 days, this is taking 14 days. So we will add this 14, and at 15th June this C activity will start. so it is taking 6 days. We will add this 14 to this 6 and we will calculate the finish date of our C activity 20. This is the 20. So our critical path is, this one is our critical path, B to C. This is not critical path because it can be delayed for 4 days, because this is taking 4 days extra time than this one, so it can be delayed 4 days. This is not critical path, this is critical path. Here it is calculated. Okay, next, scheduling. The process of calculating start and end dates of the activities. This process is carried out in two passes, forward pass and backward pass. Scheduling. What is scheduling? To calculate the start and end date of the activities of each activities which are included in the project. So this is called scheduling. We use two passes to calculate the start and finish date of end date of activity, forward pass and backward pass. Here I will show you the method formula to calculate the forward and backward pass. Actually we are mainly using forward pass in our project because we have to go forward, but we can also calculate the backward pass. We will go from project work start to project work completion, so this will be called as a forward pass. We will use forward pass. So early start of the first activity, here you can see early start of the activity. This is the formula to calculate forward pass, early start of the, if this our first activity is here I want to show you, 1 minute wait. Our first activity here, sorry, our first activity is resource mobilization. This is not activity, this is just a milestone. Milestone means this is the giving the warning to our management that our project is going to start, project work starts, but it is having 0 duration. The such milestone are not having any kind of duration, because these are just statement to tell you that for project is started, project is completed. Here you can say block construction completion block, just a statement. This is called as a finish milestone, and thus this is called as a start milestone. So we add them to our software Primavera P6, so it will not show any error. So first activity is resource mobilization. It is taking 7 days. Here I will try to, or first activities, here you can see if resource mobilization is going to start at 1st January and it is taking duration of 10 days. This is just an example to show you. Otherwise in our project it is taking 7 days, but this is just an example to calculate for forward pass, to show you. This is the formula, -1 1 plus 10 equal to 11 January 2019 -1, it will be concluded as 10 Jan. So the early finish, this is the finish. Here you can early finish date. We have early start date, then we will calculate the early finish date of that activity. And next day, other activity will start. So this is how we can calculate the forward pass to calculate the early start of the next activity and early finish of the next activity. In backward pass we calculate late finish of that activity and late start of that activity. This is also the formula given. You can calculate by your own. So we will just work in forward pass. These are the simple terms, you can read them to understand. Budgeted cost, total estimated cost approved for execution of project. Budgeted cost called as total estimated cost. By this estimated cost assumed by an cost estimation engineer, he will tell you about the budgeted cost. Cost at completion, the expected total cost at completion of an activity or a project. Cost at completion is estimated periodically during course of project execution. So it's simple. Per chart, Gantt chart. Here you will say this is very important term in the P6 software. Per chart, this is the network. You can watch this network per chart. These are the activities connected to each other. This is Gantt chart showing the table of the activity. This is the codes of the activities, name of the activities, duration of each activity, and cost of each activity, and so that like that. These are the bars showing that green bars showing early start date of the project, and progress line, blue line showing the progress, and red bars will show the critical activity that cannot be delayed. So this is Gantt chart. Next, resource, anything that is required to perform an activity. Like that, when we have the activity here, we have the activity excavation of block A, excavation of block A, sorry, excavation of block B. So this activity we will assign the resources this activity, which resources we require to complete this activity. For excavation we require dumper, we require excavator first to excavate the earth, then we require the dumper to move the earth from there. So these are the resources and the manpower we require. So we will add the resources to each activity. Resource can be manpower, equipment, material. Resource can be 3M: manpower, material, and machinery. We use 3M in P6 software. Resource allocation and labeling. Resources may include require work breakdown structure, which we discussed at earlier. Whenever we have a complex project or long project, we divide the project into phases, like we did here. We divide our project into 3 phases. You can see construction, our center into construction phase, preparation phase. It is not clear visible. 1 minute. Now it's clear to show you the work breakdown structure. WBS level 1, WBS level 2, WBS level 3, and we can select different level. It depends on the project, how our project is big. So our project is having 3 phases: preparation phase, construction phase, and final phase. So this is called as work breakdown structure. This preparation phase is further divided into preparation work, construction phase is further divided into construction work block A, block B, block C, and final phase into final work. So work breakdown structure is really important in the Primavera P6 software, also in the manual planning and management of any kind of project, not only related to construction. This project can be business, energy project, electronics. So work breakdown structure, here you can see this is this is the work breakdown structure, and I already showed our real project work breakdown structure. And last one, OBS, organization breakdown structure. Project site manager is further divided. These are the people who are working in our management of the organization. They will be called as organization breakdown structure, and this structure will show us that who is boss of the other one. Here you can see project site manager is the boss of all other employees. Here next, construction manager civil, construction manager mechanical, construction manager electrical, so like that. So it is almost finished. I hope it's clear to all of you guys. This is the video to clear out your theoretical part of the Primavera P6 course, but in next video I will show you how to create the work breakdown structure in Primavera P6 with practical demonstration, and how to create OBS. And our course will hardly take 25 videos. In 25 to 30 videos you will get a clear concept of P6 software from basic to advanced level. So please subscribe it and stay tuned for more videos. And the people who are added in my WhatsApp group, please just install the P6 software before actual work starts, because you have to go with me day by day to clear out all